So I want to clarify that when I went into the Social Security Administration into Missouri, it's because I'd already went everywhere else asking for an investigation into the frauds and domestic violence and human trafficking by Chad Cronin and his Epstein allies that was causing the deadly disabilities that made it so I couldn't work. And technically, the Missouri and Boston Social Security Administration was supposed to launch a criminal investigation and refer me over to the federal prosecutors and victims advocates. And instead, the manager came out and threatened me, and then they sent me to a shrink who didn't say what they wanted to hear, so they didn't bother sending me to their medical exam. And I have my whistleblower number from Josh Hawley and the email where he had his investigator threaten me and tell me not to report shit I'm mandated to fucking report, criminal shit. So when this caller, whoever this agent at Social Security, basically did the same fucking thing, and you heard me tell her that there was an ongoing criminal investigation and that I was stage 4 cancer. She should have just referred it over to DOJ, which we know DOJ is under criminal investigation, but the point is she didn't follow proper protocols either, which is another reason why I'm not going into the local office. The point was not to get Social Security or SSI. The point was to launch a criminal investigation into my employer who's defrauding Social Security, Medicaid, Medicare, marketplace plans, as an attorney, with doctors and all kinds of other human services workers at police stations and various tax-exempt charities. I should have been sequestered and given medical intervention, but Josh Hawley and his attorney general, and I was even invited to the FBI field office and gave a statement to 2 FBI agents that was all recorded in Missouri. They didn't do shit except blackmail for better jobs. So basically, there's really no point in me going into this local office because we've already got an ongoing criminal investigation. We've already got everything that I was trying to achieve. We've got some sort of date for me to be deposed on the 9th. So let's say I went into the local Social Security office and I told them exactly what I'm saying, they would not have me fill out new forms and send me to a medical review. They would pick up the phone and call the state police. They would call the attorney general. They would call Officer View. They would not have me fill out new forms and send me to a medical encounter, a medical review. So, and she got real nervous when I said, well, I'm just going to let I'm just going to refer this over to the victims advocates and the criminal investigators. I don't think she put my address in there. Once she realized that they were listening to the call and I was just going to refer it over to the criminal investigators, then all of a sudden she needed my address again to put it in there. So, here's all fucking day. So, all you fucking piece of shit PIs for Weinberger and Goldwaters, you got, 2 weeks to kill me? A little less? My guess is y'all end up floating or dead long before that date happens. So there's no point in me going in there because let's say I fill out the paperwork. Once I say it's as a result of domestic violence, human trafficking, and drug trafficking and crimes, by my employer and ex-boyfriend and all his Epstein allies, they're just going to have to take that application and send it right to the Attorney General, the Vermont Attorney General, the New York Attorney General, and they're just going to have to cede jurisdiction to the feds, which I'm sure you would like me to go ahead and test them on that. I'll do that after I'm deposed. I'll be more than happy to go in there. Or I'll have them mail me the forms, and I'll mail them into the local office. And if they refer it over to you like they're supposed to, fine. But I think that that phone call pretty much indicates they would have me fill out the forms and they would send me to one of Paul Dragon's shills who was going to falsify the records the way they wanted. And that appointment, it takes, I remember I applied in late September of 2017. I didn't get my first appointment. It was several months, and it was the same way in Florida. When I applied in Florida, I applied in like October or September of 2012. It was April and May. I think I got the denial letter in May, but it took several months before I got the medical exam or the other one. So it's really just a moot point. So I'm not being obtuse. I can go in there and fill out all those forms. Only thing that's gonna benefit, that might benefit the ongoing investigation, is to see whether or not they actually took those forms and picked up the phone and referred it to the criminal investigators like they're supposed to. And my guess is they probably would, because I would put on the forms that there is an ongoing criminal investigation, and apparently your local office is under investigation too, so you might want to pick up the phone and refer this to whoever you need to refer it to. But I don't feel the need to go in there and have them refer it to you, because you're already all over it here in Vermont. So I would just be looking at the communications between this local office and the Boston office while I'm posting these videos, and they'll tell on themselves right there. Yeah, if you need me to go in there and do a application to see if they refer it to the appropriate criminal investigators, I'll be happy to do that after I am deposed on the 9th. But I personally don't have any need to go in there, because when I applied the first time, it was to launch a criminal investigation, which they were mandated by law to do in Missouri, and they didn't. All federal employees have to report waste, fraud, and abuse to whoever, whatever their protocols are. Well, if that lady on the other end of that agent at Social Security didn't pick up the phone and immediately refer this shit where it was supposed to go, there you go. So I just need to fly a sign, make sure I have everything I need, which luckily isn't that much. I mean, it's already the 26th. Is it the 26th? What is the date? 26th, yeah, it's the 26th. So we have about 2 weeks until you depose me. Ain't shit gonna happen between now and then. And I don't have time to go down there, take a bus out there, walk, that's gonna take 30 minutes, sit there for God knows how many hours, then walk back when I have no money in my pocket. I've got to make sure I have money to eat and get whatever else I need for the rest of the day. I do not have an entire day to donate to going down there and fucking with them fools to see whether or not they make the proper referrals once I fill out those forms. What I may do is go online at the library, print up the forms, and mail them to that local office, and then see if they refer it to the state police like they're supposed to. They're not supposed to send me to a medical exam. They're supposed to let the since my disabilities are caused by domestic violence and deliberate fraud, like deliberately accelerated uterine cancer, where there's been millions stolen from Medicaid and Medicare, plus they went online, pretended to be me, and got Vermont Medicaid when they weren't supposed to. They're supposed to let they're supposed to refer that to the criminal investigators, and their doctors are supposed to examine me. Theoretically, I've already been examined by Cousy undercovers, medical professionals. So, but it's just off the record. But theoretically, that's what Social Security is supposed to do. They're not supposed to send me to their independent, to get benefits. So the fact that they're trying to do that means that they're working with Paul Dragon and this local office to bait me into some medical exam where they can falsify the records some more. Well, just saw Vet Glenn, who I've known Bureau since he was this tall. You just saw the girl on the bus with me who just coincidentally was on the number 2, and she's the one, oh, I'm friends with Sarah George. I don't need to go down to Cousy. I'm like, that was her excuse for not going and reporting Judge Hoare and Dorothy, who she said was one of Weinberger's PIs. To Cousy, which we now know it's because she worked for Judge Hoare. She's not friends with Sarah. If she is friends with Sarah George, she's a fucking mole. She's probably giving her bullshit information. Oh, here she comes back again. White sweater, glasses, blue jean shorts rolled up, black glasses, thing around her neck. Fucking idiots, all of them.